What's up, the squad? Back with another video. I seen the titles going down. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button for me, please. Y'all see it right here. Let me tell y'all something. One thing about it, when it comes to these individuals, obviously, when we, speak on the individuals, y'all know who I'm talking about. When it comes to the individual on the left, we've heard a lot of talk over, it's been a while, but especially within this year, the past year, 2025, you see so many people that are clearly pushing a lot when it comes to President Trump, and the Trump administration, when it comes to Epstein. One thing about it, and just like this post says, Hakeem Jeffries, again, has that love, obviously, when it comes down to Epstein. I know y'all have seen this, before. Most of y'all have seen. This is, emails when it comes down to Jeffrey and Hakeem Jeffries, Jeffrey Epstein and Hakeem Jeffries, and I'm telling y'all, it's definitely wild when it comes down to it. Definitely wild. So you literally have here, we spoke about this, many times, of individuals accepting money when it come down from Jeffrey Epstein. And I showed y'all this clip. I'm going to actually show y'all another clip as well that I haven't posted before. And it just goes to show you that a lot of these individuals are now playing, I guess, dumb when it comes down to being around him, accepting money, and getting money. You have here, it says, we asked Representative Ro Khanna if Hakeem Jeffries should return money after reports say that, obviously he accepted donations from Jeffrey Epstein back in 2013. This individual is, again, denied it and said it was his first time hearing about it.
Any comment on Hakeem Jeffries' campaign soliciting money from Jeffrey Epstein himself back in 2013?
It's the first time hearing about it, obviously.
Comer said it on the floor.
Well, I don't know if it's true. I mean, you're just saying it, but obviously anyone who took money from him should return the money or didn't donate the money. And
Did he step down as leader?
I have to look at what you're saying. It's the first time hearing about it, but he should certainly return the money or donate the money. And it's the first time, honestly, hearing about it.
And you have so many lies when it comes down to it. Of course, you'll have lies. Of course, you'll have individuals saying that this is the first time they've heard about it. This and again, a lot of the times that I post these videos, it's because I don't want a lot of this to just be swept up on the rug. I want people held accountable when it comes down to it. I find it completely insane, and I find it extremely funny that so many of these individuals, where they say like 80% of Dems are literally on that list, and have been mentioned many times. There's another representative on Hakeem Jeffries reportedly accepting campaign donations from Jeffrey Epstein in 2013.
Comer just said on the House floor that Hakeem Jeffries' campaign accepted money from Jeffrey Epstein in 2013. Me. I mean, what's your response to that? And should he step down?
No, I don't think it. Was Jeffrey Epstein convicted in 2013?
Let me explain something. Then I heard him say that. Was he convicted in 2013? Let me explain something to y'all. Just like it says down here, he was convicted in 2008 and 2019, if I'm not, mistaken. When it comes down to these things, regardless, if we talking about 2013, he was convicted in 2008, you obviously know that it's something going on. Even before 2008, this is just something that, he got caught. You know what I mean? He got caught. Everybody's knowing this, that, and the other. These are things that's been going on for a while. So individuals know. So for him to say that, I mean, come on. We got to be real with ourselves.
What I'm saying is, come on. I don't think he was convicted in 2013. So the point is, you could say the Plaskett or whatever the gal is that was texting Trump, in the hearing while, you could probably say she accepted thousands of dollars, I think up to $30,000 or something, and they didn't give it back. The DCCC didn't give the money back. So it's just, listen, this place is nothing but a big swampy place, right?
True.
And if you're ever going to fix Washington, D.C., you got to get the money out of it.
Yeah.
You got to get the money out of it. But I want to go back to what the media, the dishonest media, the fake media has done to Donald Trump over this. Thousands of people out there calling Donald Trump a pedophile. Donald Trump is a God-fearing, good, great father. the greatest president in my lifetime, and people are saying he's a pedophile. Why? Because of the crap you guys are peddling, making it sound like he's actually tied to Jeffrey Epstein. And when you find out he's not, what are you going to say then?
She's not against him, though.
Are you ever going to say, you know what, we got this one wrong? We should be better than that.
Right.
The American people just want truth. That's why your ratings are in the toilet.
Well, not us. We're with Lindell TV, and we actually support the president.
I think Lindell's great. I like him, too. I like his pillows. My wife loves his pillows. But the point, and he got a shaft, too, there. He got a shaft, too. All that money he had to spend on that. They tried to bankrupt the guy. I think he's great. You tell Mike I said hello, okay?
I sure will.
You got a great Texas. Texas loves him. He should come down.
So anyways, regardless, and how I look at, this situation is that, again, he was convicted in 2008, 2019. A lot of these individuals obviously know, of what was going on, obviously. And what I find completely insane is that they try their best, to push this and push it. And this just goes to show you on how many people are basically trying to make it seem like President Trump. Let's throw everything on President Trump. One thing that I absolutely love about President Trump, what a lot of people don't understand, obviously a lot of people that, go against him, is that President Trump has been through everything, bro. I don't see how people just don't know that. I'm talking about everything. Like, just think about this. Ever since I always came like to. I obviously grew up. I ain't trying to sound like Kamala. I grew up. I literally, my father and my mother are obviously Democrats, and they basically made it seem like, and obviously I think different. They still make it seem, to this day they don't like Trump. They don't like Trump. They say it all the time. And, I grew up, always wondering why. Or they'll say different things on why. And it throw me off in a sense. But as I started doing these videos a few years back and got, political, I should say, and I started to see over the things that they've tried to do to President Trump, it's absolutely insane, bro. I feel like there's no other person, and I mean, like, actually, me thinking about, there's no other person that has been through what President Trump has been through, and he's still trying to get, and still getting America together on top of everything that he's been through, and everything that he still continue to go through. So right there just goes to show you that a lot of individuals will hate on you when you're doing something right. It literally just goes to show you that right there. I'm telling y'all, actually deeply thinking about that. Like, you see somebody actually succeeding with something, not just, oh yeah, he's successful and he gets his money. Man, I'm telling y'all, as far as the country goes, we talking about a whole country. And not to mention, not even this country, but multiple other countries, getting them together. I'm telling y'all, bro. I don't see how people don't. I'm telling you, I truly don't see that. You got it right here. Says Hakeem Jeffries should, resign. I read some of this to y'all. Said, and I'm pretty sure I'm playing another clip as well. And y'all see, actually, it's right here. About Hakeem Jeffries, but I'll read a little to y'all. It says, we're thrilled to announce that we're working with Congressman Hakeem Jeffries, one of the rising stars in the New York congressional delegation. I can barely see y'all. It's not zoomed in at all. Sometimes referred to as Brooklyn's Barack. I'm telling y'all, this. One thing about it, and as I'm listening to Hakeem Jeffries for the first time, obviously not today. We've done a few videos on Hakeem Jeffries. It's like these individuals, like it's like being placed, especially after seeing the individuals that associated themselves with Epstein. And you see that. I don't know. It's definitely odd. Check it out right here.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I've taken to the floor today to respond to Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries calling me a, quote, stone-cold liar during a press conference defending the recent discovery of Democrats' communication with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. And I bring with me something that he and many of his fellow Democrats like Jamie Raskin, Jasmine Crockett, and Stacey Plaskett, apparently detest. And that is a thing called evidence. Tuesday, I gave a speech on the House floor detailing my House Oversight Committee's good work to date on our Epstein investigation. After all, Hakeem Jeffries, the Democrats in Congress, and your allies in the corporate media have been demanding a full release of the Epstein documents for months, including all the documents from the Epstein estate. So without hesitation, I subpoenaed all of the Jeffrey Epstein estate documents because I, as well as my Republican colleagues on the House Oversight Committee, we want to know what really happened, what went on, who was involved in these unspeakable crimes. We want justice for the survivors. That's why we're doing this investigation. So House Oversight obtained over 30,000 pages of documents from the estate. Unlike the Democrats, who only released 10 of those over 30,000 pages of documents, Republicans on the House Oversight Committee released every single document on the website for the American people to see. Democrats and many in the media were anxiously clutching their pearls in anticipation of potential dirt on President Trump. In the end, after full transparency by the Republicans on the Oversight Committee, there was nothing new about the president's former relationship with Epstein, and certainly nothing scandalous. But we did find two sitting Democrat members of Congress had communication with Epstein. First, it's been highly reported and debated about Congresswoman Stacey Plaskett texting during an Oversight Committee hearing with Jeffrey Epstein while trying to conspire with him to hurt or embarrass Donald Trump. But according to Jamie Raskin, that was okay because Mr. Epstein was her constituent. Now, how embarrassing a rationale is that? But the second communication was this email right here, where Hakeem Jeffries' campaign reached out directly to Jeffrey Epstein, soliciting campaign dollars for the, quote, Brooklyn Barack. Now, whereas Jamie Raskin explained Plaskett's communication with Epstein as simply responding to a constituent, Hakeem Jeffries had a very different response when asked about it by the media. He denied its existence. Hakeem Jeffries said Comer is a stone-cold liar, and then he reverted to calling me names for the second week in a row.
Because
So let's
being
read
guilty.
it to make sure. To Jeffrey Epstein, and that's the real Jeffrey Epstein, not Jasmine Crockett's Jeffrey Epstein. This is the real Jeffrey Epstein. From Hakeem Jeffries' campaign. Dear Jeffrey, we are thrilled that we are working with Congressman Hakeem Jeffries, one of the rising stars of the New York delegation, sometimes referred to as Brooklyn's Barack. Hakeem is committed to electing a Democrat majority in 2014 and is encouraging his friends to participate in a DCCC fundraising dinner with President Obama and Hakeem Jeffries. It ends with a number for Jeffrey Epstein to call to go to the dinner and, quote, get an opportunity to get to know Hakeem better. Here's the evidence. The email speaks for itself. The only stone-cold liar in this debate is Hakeem Jeffries.
Exactly. And I don't know why the video stopped early on me, earlier. But one thing about it is that you truly see on how many things, are eventually going to be coming out, about this. You truly see. I'm going to show y'all a couple more clips, about this. But you have right here, Scott Jennings says, Trump DOJ just released 3.5 million Epstein docs. Many Dems now face tough questions. You got Bill Clinton. You have Obama's White House counsel, Catherine Rumler. You have Hakeem Jeffries. You're having different individuals, within this. And I like I said, I find it completely funny that the same individuals that had something to say about, these files and President Trump associated himself with Epstein and this, that, and the other, come to find out, they are. You know what I mean? And I truly, truly, I absolutely love it. You know, I absolutely love it, especially not only for them, but the people that completely just go, you know, and support, you know, these individuals that will tell them lies and put everything on President Trump. I'm telling y'all, check it out.
Stand on, and I really have real questions for anybody who is trying to obfuscate or diminish what's actually going on here. And again, Scott, you keep saying, well, he didn't do anything. There's no indication of criminality. If that's true, he should be elated that we're putting these things out.
It's not if that's true. It is true. Can you name any evidence?
I would like to see the evidence. What I'm saying is...
You think after 10 years of public life, you wouldn't know it already?
No, I don't.
No,
that's exactly the point.
Oh, my goodness.
Scott,
this is an IQ test. Don't fail it. Come on, man.
Scott,
10 years Donald Trump has been in public life.
That's embarrassing.
Come on.
Scott, it is an IQ test. I mean, for 10 years, we haven't heard any names. So you really think that no one's involved?
No, obviously. Larry Summers was involved. Stacey Plaskett was involved. There's all kinds of people involved with Jeffrey Epstein.
If someone was involved, we would know about it. They would be prosecuted. It would be done and dusted. The last 10 years, no one has been prosecuted for this. Is that a sign that nothing has happened?
No, absolutely not.
So then why are you saying that is the case for
my
Trump?
question directly to him is, if you think after 10 years, 3 presidential campaigns, and Democrats unleashing holy hell on him, you wouldn't know about it?
No, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Biden's DOJ.
Let me explain something to y'all. I truly, truly, truly feel as if this is something that... Let me go to this right quick, so I'll make this make sense. This is something that's truly, 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 I feel, is more to it. It's definitely more to it. And one thing about it, just like, again, this individual said, if people be leaving, I'm telling y'all, it's like people leave these comments, and I'm already thinking it as I'm seeing these different things. When it comes to the individual on the left, they don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to hear the truth. And it literally goes to show you every situation. Now, I'm not talking about Hakeem Jeffries or, Jasmine Crockett, in this video I'm going to show y'all. But it literally just goes to show y'all right here that so many individuals, they'll use any excuse in the book when they know the individuals they support are in the wrong about something. And we clearly are seeing it. I'm telling you, we're clearly seeing it. Just look how unprofessional, Jasmine Crockett is.
Thank you, Congressman. Thank you, my friend, for many years. I find it interesting that she didn't even want to try, Congresswoman Crockett, to ask any questions, because she certainly did not condemn her leader, Hakeem Jeffries, for taking money from Jeffrey Epstein after Epstein was convicted. And I will be brief to give you your time, Congressman. This is what she didn't want to talk about. Texas, from Cuba, convicted, homicide, arson, weapon offense.
Convicted. So what we talking about? Convict some of these perpetrators that rape these women that are sitting behind you, that you refuse to even acknowledge they are here.
Time belongs to the gentleman.
And then call her the B word as she's leaving out. When I tell y'all, this is stuff that right here, when you get called out about something, and you speaking facts on something, and you get mad and start yelling and doing the most, and you get up and leave, most likely 9 times out of 10, you know you're in the wrong, and the individuals that they're talking about, you associating yourself with, is in the wrong. And we clearly see that. You clearly see that. I'm telling y'all, it's definitely sickening when it comes to these individuals. Says DOJ has released millions of, Epstein files. Says guess who is on that list? And you literally have here. AOC is on the list. You got Hakeem Jeffries. Where's Jeffries' name? Because you sure got Hakeem Jeffries in here. It's definitely wild. It says, so by the standard of fake news and radical left, these individuals. You know, I mean, you have these individuals on here, y'all. You have these individuals on here, and it's truly insane. You know, actually, you know, seeing a lot of individuals that are claim Hakeem Jeffries here at the top, y'all. You'll see it up here. I'm telling y'all, definitely wild. Definitely got another banger for y'all. You know, that's dropping. Pretty sure if y'all catching this now, I'm pretty sure I got this drop at 12 a.m. I know a lot of y'all looking at the fact like, I wonder why Recklezz dropped so late. And I don't know. It's kind of something I was doing and I didn't mean to, and then it just kind of stuck to me posting at 12 a.m. and 1 a.m. So, you know, those are the times right now. I know it's pretty late. If y'all don't catch it, I'm sure many of y'all catch it, you know, in the morning, on the wake up. You know, I've seen individuals do that, you know, and get those good morning, you know, comments and stuff like that. So definitely appreciate y'all. Y'all comment down below. Let me know what y'all think about this, and let me know. You know, I definitely want to see more. You know, I definitely want to see more. I know there's more, you know, to it, and I can't wait. Stay tuned for today's video dropping tonight. Like I said, you got a video dropping at 12 a.m., 1 a.m. pretty much every day. Definitely appreciate y'all, and that's Eastern time. Definitely appreciate y'all. Much love, everybody. Catch y'all next one.